Hello and welcome. Today we are in the Avenger in the Big Hunt game mode. Now I know that this game mode actually ended this week with the new patch. However, I still wish to put it up because I don't think I have any videos of this ship being played. And hey, for those who didn't get to play it, I'd like them to have at least some idea on what it was, so that they can feel bad about missing out on it, because this game mode is amazing in my opinion. Now you might be wondering why didn't I make videos of this before, and unfortunately the environment hasn't been very good for making videos recently. You might hear some background noise. Just so we're clear, this has been going on for the past few weeks, from like 9 AM till something like, I don't know, 5 PM, sometimes actually even 8 PM, which is crazy and makes making videos kind of difficult. And because of that, quite a few videos have probably not been made that would have otherwise. And unfortunately, playing the Avenger was part of it. But now it seems that this is mostly gone, so probably things will not go back to normal for a while, because it takes time to settle into a new rhythm again. Anyway, so for those who don't know this game mode, you basically start out alone, and it's I think a 16-player free-for-all with monsters that spawn. And when you kill monsters, you get points. You see at the very top it says 680 out of 1000 battle points. Basically, when you kill monsters, they have a set amount of points. That Fang Blade in front of me has 180 points, so if I kill it, I get 180 points. And when the points value reaches full, I level up and I get to choose a skill. Right now I'm level 3, so I've already taken 3 skills, or maybe 2. You can also join divisions though, and actually these are up to 6 players right now. I'm right now in a division with 3 players, which means that any points I get evenly shared across the team. But of course, any points they get also get shared with me. And this is kinda necessary because some of the monsters that spawn are crazy strong. And also there are other players who wish to take your points as well. Now you can try to invite them. With 6 players that's actually quite possible, but at the same time there are many players who will refuse to join you so that they can actually sink you and take your points. So my ship also has 2 abilities. It has a heal that heals 1000 HP per second for I believe 15 seconds, and it's an area, so any friendly ship around me also gets 1000 HP per second. My second ability is an invulnerability field, so any friendly ship within 5 kilometers of me becomes invulnerable, me included. As in, we don't take any damage from anything. And that's actually incredibly useful. And the cool thing is, because it's an area of effect, if you have other Avengers with the same skills, then you can basically be invulnerable for a very long time. Now, as a battleship you are still fairly slow in terms of maneuverability. I have the maneuverability hull, which makes my rudder shift something like 3 seconds, which is actually excellent. The main batteries that I use are completely default, the HE, mostly because they can citadel fairly well. As you can see, I've already got 28 citadels, but you have to hit the right spots on the monsters and even other players. And when it comes to dueling other ships, it's not quite the greatest. There are better weapons out there. And I'd say the Avenger probably feels the least fun to play in this game mode, which is why you probably don't see quite as many of them as you'd like. But she's really powerful though, especially the invulnerability field and the fact that she has 110k HP. She can take a lot of punishment. And on top of that, the HE can obviously be quite scary. So on these monsters, one of the spots you wish to aim at is when they're showing their side, you wish to hit the second, I guess, middle part of them. And then they tend to take a lot of damage like that. 86k, okay. But one problem with the Avenger is that, unlike other ship types, it's actually not quite as easy to heal the ship to full HP again. So the heal only heals you for 15,000 HP, and it's easy to take like 15-20k from the monsters. Now other ships, they don't have an easy time healing 15k HP either, but what they can do is they can usually dodge things like torps, unlike this ship, because they tend to have things like speed boosts or, you know, ways to become unhittable or something like that. Like one of the ships has a dive mode, literally dives under the water and just doesn't get hit by anything. But this ship doesn't have it, so you kind of have to be careful, because if you drop down to like 20k HP, it can take quite a while to get back up to full HP again. And you really wish to let your teammates do most of the lifting. So far we've mostly been fighting monsters. We have 1450 base XP. Oh, by the way, your goal in this game mode is to actually get as many battle points as you can. You can get up to 5000 and then leave the portal. You can see the portal opens in 9 minutes and 20 seconds in the top right corner, and that there are 16 players on the field still. So you want to get your 5000 points ideally and then leave through the portal, because when you leave through the portal you get double the battle points. And battle points are what you're after, because you get to spend them in the armory for basically skins, like this one for the Amagi. Well, not this color, a different color, but something close enough. Now, as this event has progressed, the divisions have actually become larger. You still started out with, I think, 3 or 4 players, but also the monsters have become stronger. And the time when the portal opens has also gone back. See, before the portal opened quite early, but now it's not. You see that over there? There's a red crown. That's where the Aurora spawns, which is like the strongest boss monster, I guess. And it has like 24,000 points. It's actually not nearly as hard to kill as, you know, the points suggest, considering the other monsters have 300. Especially when you have things like invulnerability fields, because, well, you can always just ram her, right? And if you can't take any damage, then the Aurora is eventually gonna go down. However, it's pretty easy to get overwhelmed by the Aurora and the ships that spawn with it, because when the Aurora spawns, it usually spawns with lots and lots and lots of flyfires. None of them are individually super scary, but there's just so many of them, and they end up doing things like torping randomly, and some of their shells deal a lot of damage, stuff like that, and it's actually fairly scary. Oh wow, did somebody just sink one of our guys? Yeah, somebody actually, Kung Fu Pieta actually sank one of ours. Somebody just picked a fight and actually killed someone. Well, maybe actually our guys picked the fight. Doesn't matter though. It's still... Oh, wait, what? Our friendly Avenger just rammed the lobsterite and died. Why would you do that? Okay, our big strong party is now down to 3 players. But the lobsterite, you can see, if a monster kills a player, they actually take the points too. But I don't think they get stronger from it though. Oh no! Kurt over there stole our points! Kurt? No, that's unfair. We need to go fight them. You can't just steal from us like that. Although it's only 3 of us and they actually have at least 4 players, if not more. Oh boy. Maybe picking this fight isn't the greatest idea. Yeah, maybe I should just turn around, because there's other guys coming from that direction too. Yeah, no, I'm gonna leave. Need to leave. I was hoping I could get citadels from that whirlwind. Need to turn away. By the way, these torpedoes go 200 knots by default. They might not deal much damage, but they deal more damage the more of them you get hit by in the same section of the ship. So they can become really scary if you take too many of them. Come on! Oh, come on! Only 5k damage? Oh, wait, did I just... Oh, I'm sorry, friend. I used my invulnerability too late. If I had used that earlier, I might have been able to save my teammate. I'm sorry. Okay, but at least I avenged you, okay? I avenged you by sinking that whirlwind that sank you. And now, actually, there's only 2 of us. Yeah, we definitely need to back off here. Especially with this guy trying to fight here. Kurt is, yeah. I need to use my vulnerability, otherwise I would die here. Should I join the division? You know what? I'm gonna join and invite my friend here with me. That way we at least are in a full division, so we're actually stronger in a fight. And then we can try to avenge us again against the other guys. I mean, I actually literally just joined the division that I sank a guy in from. But I mean, people don't care that much, do they? Come on, Kurt. No. This is not okay. He is gonna torp me again. Yep, there it is. By the way, those ships, the Whirlwinds, can actually accelerate and decelerate really quickly when they have the right stuff set up. And then it can be quite difficult to aim at them because they can cruise at like 120 knots and then suddenly stop to a dead still in like, I don't know, 5 seconds or something. It can be quite difficult, but anyway, we're gonna position ourselves between the enemy, the other players, and this portal. And considering there's 11 players left and there are 6 players in our division, chances are they are the other 5 players in this match. The Aurora is spawning in 10 seconds, and I guess we're gonna go fight the Aurora. Now I think the enemy team, the other division that is, are making a crucial mistake. See, they are putting themselves into a position where the Aurora is between them and the portal. Eventually they do wish to leave through the portal because that literally doubles their points. And because of that, it can be quite difficult, because the Aurora's flyfires, as you can see, there's a lot of them, suddenly. Now these flyfires are 450 points worth, but the ones you get eventually are only 30 points, so it's not even really worth killing them, because you get so few points. However, they're still scary, and you'll start seeing how this gets scary, especially when you consider that there are other players in this match too. We're gonna try to go after the Aurora, because when you kill the Aurora, I mean 24,000 points, even if you have 6 players, that's pretty much guaranteed to put everyone on your team at maximum points. But as you look at how fast those flyfires are. And look at all those torpedoes too. Somebody already used the invulnerability shield, which I think was kind of premature. I don't think we kind of need it here, but perhaps. We do have 4 Avengers, so we do have 4 shields we can probably cycle through. I say probably because not every Avenger actually has this ability. You can also go for secondaries, which I think doubles secondary range or something to something crazy, and improves the reload on it. Okay, shield number 2. The main thing is that we need to actually sink the Aurora, so that the enemy team doesn't get to steal it from us again. See, flyfires are spawning again. If we were like a group of whirlwinds, like the enemy division is, then chances are we would all just die, because we simply don't have the HP here. Okay, this flyfire is coming close. Yeah, I should probably focus on it. So I've been taking skills called Defeating Blow. Effectively what this does is it gives me a chance that my shells will deal triple damage, 200% more. So right now I think I have like 40 or 45% chance that anytime I deal damage, it does triple damage instead. I also have some secondary damage increase, which is kind of negligible, and then damage absorption, so 15% chance that any damage I take gets completely nullified. Okay. Well, the Aurora is unfortunately down, so now it's simply a fight against the enemy whirlwinds, which is gonna be difficult because they have so many torps that reload pretty quickly, so it's time to just turn around and break this fight off, because there's not much we can do. If we place ourselves between the enemy and the portals, it's possible that we might get something out of it though. Oh, wow, I completely missed on that flyfire. It was moving so fast. Oh wow, our whirlwind actually went down to the enemy Avenger. That's not good. They sank one of us again. I'm really starting to dislike that division over there. This ultrasonic and Chris... I mean, they literally stole our Aurora kill, right? And then they sank multiple of us. Yeah, we need to get revenge. That Avenger has to go down. He's down to 26k. I think with HE we can absolutely... Yeah, I think that Avenger is toast. Especially, look at all those torps coming in there too. Oh, I think Kurt actually betrayed the enemy. Because he left. Look, he had the wrong... what's it called? He had the wrong division. Maybe he left to try to save the point so that we wouldn't get it. That's possible, right? Or maybe there was simply some infighting. Okay. Well, I'm up to 5,000 points though, so it doesn't matter that much. It's just mostly about preventing the division that screwed us. But the main priority obviously is to simply leave through the portal. There's 7 players, there's 5 of us, which means that there's 2 of them, so Kurt and Ultrasonic are the only ones. Come on! Oh yes! 12k! But we do need to run. These fly fires are gonna start overwhelming us. You know, it doesn't look that bad, because I've never really lost much HP, but think about the fact that there's like 5 or 6 players here just fighting them off constantly, and they're still all around us. Right? So these things are scary. Especially when they dump all their torps into you. Oh wow, I think Ultrasonic tried to torp me, but the torpedoes didn't reach just about. Oh, we got Kurt! Nice! Selana actually managed to snipe Kurt before he could leave through the portal. Excellent. That is, he avenged our teammates. Our fallen teammates. I'm using my shield mostly to help my whirlwind right there. Because obviously the whirlwind is a lot less tanky than my ship is. Hopefully Selana can just leave before. And I think I need to leave immediately too. Wow, look at that. Selana's down to 15k. 8k. Oh, wow. He only barely got away there, right? Chances are he could have just died if it was only a few extra seconds. But I'm gonna just leave through the portal too. Look at the minimap. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fly fires. I think Ultrasonic's kinda dead. I think he's gonna have extreme trouble leaving this match. Through the portal, that is. I'm gonna take one last salvo at him to try to avenge my fallen teammates. And then we're out. Come on. Oh yes! Sniped! We just avenged our fallen teammates there with that last salvo. Nice. And this gave us 10,000 points because when you leave through the portal, you get double the points. I did 1 million damage, sank 16 ships. Well, most of the monsters though, because as a battleship you don't get to... Enemies can usually just run away instead of being sniped by you. So the setup that I used is basically this. It's nothing special. It's mostly default, so default guns, default secondaries. I don't use the default the module that gives me skills. I think the second skill set is better because it helps your teammates. And then I use the rudder shift hull because I think battleships do need to be somewhat maneuverable. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.